make me he bitch man slap you.
The Cooper and Anthony Show.
So here's what happened. There was a woman at a beach in Georgia, and she was caught masturbating.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. So what happened was, okay, here's the actual thing that happened. This is the thing that sort of, I'm not going to taint it and tell you what I think. Here's the actual thing that happened. She was by herself, she thought, at the beach, laying down by the water on a towel with a chair, whatever. And I think she was on her stomach. And, you know, sometimes for some people, the beach gets you horny.
Mm-hmm.
She had a vibrator with her in her bag. And she briefly used it, literally for 20 seconds. And then she was done. And then she put it back. What she didn't know is that there was a family of people, there were people watching her, and they were a family. They were watching her. So they called the police.
Mm-hmm.
So the police show up. This is way after the fact. And by the time, you know how it is when you call the police. Unless there's a crime in progress, they take forever to show up.
It's like
they
45 minutes
prioritize
later.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. If a guy is shooting somebody, yes, we're going to go to that immediately. If a woman maybe masturbated on a beach, we'll get there if we can.
Mm-hmm.
So they eventually show up, and by the time they show up, she's just laying on the beach. And they're like, ma'am, there was a complaint. There was a 911 call. A 911 call. Lewd behavior. A woman masturbating. What she should have done is say, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just laying here on the beach. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right,
Who
leave
said
me
that?
alone.
Like, what's going on? I don't get it.
Public beach,
And
leave me alone.
Right, exactly. But she got really flustered, and the cops did a good job of kind of cornering her, and she was trying to be honest with them, and she was like, yeah, it was like 20 seconds. I kind of touched myself, and I was by myself down here. I was on my stomach. I didn't think anybody saw me. I was down by the water or whatever. I didn't realize anybody was watching, and well, do you have anything? They said you had a vibrator. Yeah, I've got one in my bag. She was just trying to be honest. Like, yeah, I have one. I did it. I'm sorry. My bad. I thought I was alone. They arrested her.
Mm-hmm.
They arrested her. They didn't give her a fine. They didn't give her a ticket. They took her to jail. She will now have this on her record.
Yeah, I don't know why she didn't deny till she die. That's what you do. It's not me. Leave me alone. This is a public beach. I was not doing that. I was laying here. It's my word against
theirs. Yeah, exactly. Unless you catch somebody in the act, unless she literally has her hands in her swimsuit.
Right.
She's just a woman laying on a beach and somebody accusing her. And I don't know why the family called the police.
When the cops show up, don't say anything. Just Don't say a word. Because she talked herself into jail. She could have talked her way out of that just by not saying anything. So now a lawyer can't even help her get off.
She doesn't need a lawyer. Do it all by herself.
She doesn't need a lawyer to get her off because he won't be able to because she opened her mouth. So she should have said nothing.
Okay, so here was the response from people.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody posted, the streets are much safer now. Somebody else said, I think we could just let this one slide, maybe. Someone else said, TF out of here. Arrest her for what? Give her a citation and be done with it. By the way, is there video? Somebody else said she's going to have to explain this every time she applies for a job. Somebody else said it's a misdemeanor if a law enforcement officer did not see it in person or see video proof. They can arrest her and take her to jail, but in the end, the state attorney or prosecutor cannot prosecute. There's no evidence.
So she won't have a record. But it is a beach in Georgia. I think every other person is doing that on the beach. So you'd have to arrest everybody.
Well, what's interesting in New Jersey, there's this beach. It's a naked beach, and obviously you're not allowed to have sex or do anything. You could be naked on the beach, but you can't touch yourself or touch anyone else. So what they do is they bring tents. They have these tents.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if the tent is rocking, don't come a-knocking. So there are people having sex on the beach. They're just doing it in a tent. They're not doing it out in the open. So again, she was on her stomach, thought nobody could see her. Shouldn't have said anything. I should know all this. The story should be, because the video is of her getting arrested. It's the body cam of them confronting her, and she got so flustered because it's
Is she
cops.
hot?
It's two giant cops. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So why is anybody calling? If she's a pig, then you can call. But if she's hot, who's calling her on a hot chick? Nobody's calling for that. You should arrest that family. And if you're going to do that, look around. Read the room. Read the beach, at least. Look around. See if there's anybody around. If there is, then don't do that. If there isn't, have fun.
Well, she said she did look around and didn't see anybody, but you know how it is on a beach. Like when you're down by the water, if there's like a shelf of like a sand dune type thing, you don't know who's standing up there who can see you. You don't know who has binoculars. Sometimes they can see you and you can't see them.
Before you pull it out of your purse, stand up, look around, then get back down. Take a second to look around. If you don't see anybody, then have fun. If you do, just wait till you get home.